What are those guys supposed to do there in these last few weeks in the Pentagon before Biden takes over? Well, maybe at least in part they're there so that the Biden transition has nobody sane at the Pentagon who will talk to them about what's going on right now in some of the most sensitive and important national security stuff that is potentially exploitable by foreign adversaries during presidential transitions, right? I mean, Biden's transition team is not getting briefed, we now know, on the spy versus spy stuff that happens between us and Russia and us and China and Iran and all the rest of it. The NSA can't brief the incoming Biden administration because the new Trump appointees at the Pentagon have decided that can't happen. The new Trump appointees at the Pentagon, not a distinguished bunch, but rushed in there at the very last second. Today, Trump fired the majority of people on something called the Defense Business Board. It's a sort of important Pentagon advisory board. Why did he want to get rid of all of the sort of business executives and grandees on this board? I don't know, but he replaced them with, I kid you not, guys like Corey Lewandowski is now on the Defense Business Board. Remember who Corey Lewandowski is? He was one of the Trump campaign managers, the one who was fired for being too punchy. Also, David Bossie was just put on this board. David Bossie is the political dirty trickster guy who Trump tried to put in charge of his post-election lawsuits this year before somebody told him that actually David Bossie is not a lawyer. And then David Bossie got COVID, so he couldn't do it anyway. But now he'll be on the Defense Business Board, along with Corey Lewandowski, when Biden's team takes over at the Pentagon, along with all the senior staff who Trump moved heaven and earth to bring in for the last few weeks here, right? These guys at their senior level Pentagon desks commenting angrily on YouTube videos about hydroxychloroquine, braiding their beard hair and organizing like fire-breathing open carry protests against the Illuminati, right? I mean, this is what they're doing at the Pentagon. The United States military is the largest and most capable military on the planet. The United States government is in the driver's seat of the richest and most powerful and most capable country on the planet. But it turns out that if you have terrible people running those entities and running them poorly, it doesn't really matter how big and powerful you are on paper or how big and powerful you might have been in the past. You can be rendered completely helpless and impotent by just having in the right place the wrong people who are terrible at what they do. That is, I mean, a lot of what we'll remember about the Trump era is the outrage. But what we will be living with from the Trump era is the failure, the deliberate, rank failure.